Hello guys, welcome back to Hoi An. This video is going to be all about our trip to Bana Hills. It's called Sun World Bana Hills. It's up near the mountains in Da Nang, and we recently went there when my parents were visiting. So my parents are there, my partner, and then my two young kids. I've got a 7-year-old and a 3-year-old, and I want to share a little bit about our time up there going to Bana Hills with young kids, because you see a lot on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's a very Instagrammable place, and so there's some things about it that were really cool, some epic views, which I'm about to show you in this video, and a few things that were a bit underwhelming as well. So stick around, check it out, let me know what you think. And of course, if you love what you're watching here, hit subscribe. Your support means the world to us. And so, yeah, let's have a look. So if you're wondering what even is Bana Hills, it is basically this European-inspired resort / entertainment complex that sits at the top of the mountains near Da Nang. And it is a huge tourist destination. And as you can see from the model here, it is like all these sites set across the top of the mountaintops. And it is bloody huge. Like, to be able to see everything at Bana Hills, I feel like would be impossible. But it is designed and catered for like a whole different range of ages and experiences for, adults and night shows. And there's hotels up there, as well as, the more kind of beautiful castle, storybook kind of kid stuff as well. So it really does cater to everyone. But what we found was that you can spend the whole day just walking around, because there is just so much space between each destination, and you have to catch gondolas between each destination, and it's just the whole thing. And I don't really feel like one day is enough to see everything, but I also feel like you don't really get to see a lot in one day because you are spending so much time walking. It starts off here when you've walked quite a while to the base of the gondolas, and then you get on a gondola and take about a 30-minute ride up to the top where Bana Hills actually is. Now, it's really actually very impressive the way that they have been able to build this and create this, because this gondola ride goes forever. It is so incredible. The views are phenomenal, but you really do feel like every time you get over a certain part of the mountain that Bana Hills is going to be right there. But it just keeps going and keeps going. And it was probably the highlight of the whole day for us, to be honest, going on the gondola with the kids. The kids absolutely loved it. You felt really safe up there. Like, sure, if you've got a fear of heights, you might not love it, but the views were spectacular. And even when it was kind of rocking around a little bit here and there, it just made for a fun experience. And we just, this was the highlight, I would say, which is, I think, saying something. But again, we have young kids. It was just the novelty of going up on a gondola like this is not something that we can really do in Australia. And so the kids had a really, really good time, and going up to the top allowed us to just, soak up the views, feel immersed in nature. And we really had no expectations for what we were going to find up there. I mean, the place was ginormous. We knew we were only going to do a sliver of it with kids, because there's just no way we would not just be all absolutely exhausted, if we tried to see everything. But it was raining when we got there. Because it's so high up, there's just extra cloud cover. Sometimes it's really foggy and misty, so you have to kind of hope that when you go up there, you're going to have some visibility. But when we got up there, this was the view. It was very strange, I'm going to say. Like, it's like these buildings that have been designed to look old, like they've been there for a long time, but it's all just done that way to create this kind of European style thing, with these rides around it. This is the Alpine coaster, which we waited for like ages for, which we didn't end up doing because the line was just way too long. So we ditched that and decided, hey, let's just go to the Golden Bridge, because that is something that we knew we wanted to see. So you've probably seen this Golden Bridge on TikTok before, and yes, it's beautiful. However, I feel like that's the whole Instagram versus reality thing, right? Like, it's always crowded with people. You're never going to get a shot with no one in it. And it's not really a bridge. Like, doesn't feel like it's up high, suspended over nothing. Like, it's really kind of just this viewing platform that wraps around the building. And so it was one of those underwhelming moments where I was like, yeah, this is nice, but I don't think I would make my way here from somewhere just for this. So after we checked out the Golden Bridge, we continued to walk around to other areas of Bana Hills. I can't really remember what this area was called, but it had a very storybook feel. It was on the way to the Lunar Castle, and which you can see up ahead there. And it was just really beautiful. Like, it had a very Cinderella kind of vibe, these beautiful castle buildings. You know, we thought we were going to go see princesses in the castle, so the kids really loved that. And this was kind of like you could pretend you were a big princess in a big dress. But again, just lots and lots of walking to these big, huge buildings that, to be honest, felt really empty and eerie. And while they had certain things to do inside of them, you just kind of wondered, like, how much money, how much time was being put into creating these huge, grand structures that just feel like there's something missing. Like, there's just, I can't explain it, but they, you know, inside you had more things to buy, huge open empty spaces, you know, certain little places inside like cinemas or shows or things, but it just felt a bit eerie. And I think we all left there feeling a little bit deflated, a little bit exhausted, and kind of like underwhelmed, I would say. Just the vastness of it, the hugeness of it, without a lot of oomph, you know, not much energy given back. So we eventually found our way to the kids' kind of carousels and rides, spent the rest of the afternoon there, had a little finisher to the day, and then headed back down the gondola. And that was really it for the day. So I think if we were to go back again, we would probably want to stay in a hotel at the top and make the most of seeing Bana Hills by night. You know, there's some hotels around like the French Quarter at the top, and whilst that area does feel a little bit manufactured and fake, like everything just feels very fake up there, which it is. It's been made that way. I feel like maybe for some shows kind of in the nighttime and just all lit up might change a bit of the atmosphere. But I also don't want to discourage anyone from going. I feel like the thing that was really missing for me was, I just felt like there was a missed opportunity, you know, these beautiful castles and buildings that were so big and vast, and there was just no, like, chuck a princess in there, guys, chuck a princess in there. Just making the most of this beautiful venue and this beautiful place and just bringing it to life. I just felt like it was missing some life force. But I don't want to discourage anyone from going. I feel like depending on the age of your kids, you will have a great time if you can go on the alpine coasters and you can just go on more of the rides and see more of the things without little legs kind of needing you to carry them. Then give it a go. The views from the gondola are definitely worth it. And yeah, if it's your thing, you'll know. But thank you so much for watching. If you want to stay tuned on our adventures, World of Our Making here on YouTube, hit subscribe, like this video. We would love to share them with you as we go along. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
What I mean, wanna see, what I feel, wanna dream, wanna be, I'm a freak, what up?